Hello and welcome back to my Halo Combat Evolved LASO guide for the Master Chief Collection. Today we're going to be finishing up Mission 2 and I'll show you all the tips and tricks along the way. For this video I speed things up and edit things out because it is a large map and some of the fights can take a while. Don't worry though, I still provide all the content you need in order to get through the mission as easily as possible. Now to start this mission you will turn left and walk across the bridge and then hug this left side wall so the Banshees won't shoot you too much. Then you'll come to a large rock that you can sit behind and take out any grunts in the area before killing the elite. Since there's a lot of open space on this map, you'll want to use any rocks or trees around you so you can get closer to elites once you've taken out the little guys. This elite I actually got into a pattern where I would shoot him and he would run out and then crouch behind the tree again. This doesn't always happen, but if you can get an enemy into a looping pattern like this, then it's a lot easier to take them out. Just make sure to always take pot shots whenever you can and don't take any damage yourself. After the fight, you will continue up the hill and then round a corner where there will be more enemies. Use the same tactic of taking out any grunts or jackals first, and then move up cover to cover in order to get closer to the elites. Here I hug the right side wall in order to get to the rock so I can fight around them instead of out in the open. I would suggest using this rock because it's large enough to play Ring Around the Rosie with elites and melee them down without taking too much unnecessary damage. Honestly, you can use any object to do this, but the idea here is that you're manipulating the elites into coming closer to you without actually being able to shoot you, so you can start a melee battle with them and make your job easier. Once you finish that battle, you will head up to the top of this tower where there will be some more health and ammo. You have 2 health kits, but you'll want to be conservative with those because you will most likely need them for later for more fights. Once again, you will take out the smaller enemies first and then deal with the elites. However, with this tower, you can use the stairs to your advantage in order to make the battles easier for yourself. What you want to do is stand right on this corner where the elites would run up the stairs. This makes it so you can't get shot by them and you can instantly start meleeing them once they turn the corner. I find this to be the best way to get through the next few battles on this tower. Next up, the enemies come from the other side, and you can run over there quickly to use the corner tactic again. I didn't know they were already coming up, so I had to run to the back of the tower and kill them from there. Either way works as the elites will run to the back with you and you can beat them down. The last fight on this tower has a lot of enemies, and this is where those extra health kits, if you still have them that is, will come in handy. A lot of them tend to rush up the tower at once, but as long as you're camping the corner it shouldn't be too hard. If you have some grenades, now is a good time to use them on any grouped up enemies. Make sure to be careful with those plasma grenades laying on the ground from all the dead enemies, those will blow up too. If you find an elite that is also sitting around the corner from you and won't run at you, all you have to do is shoot around the corner real quick and he will aggro back onto you. Any time that you have in between killing enemies rushing the stairs, you should use to kill more grunts and jackals in the distance. As long as you are on point with your melee hits, then the fight should be a cinch. After you've killed all the enemies in the area, a warthog will be dropped off near the tower. You'll have a gunner in it, which will come in handy later on. Drive the warthog down to these caves, which, according to Cortana, are not a natural formation. No shit. On the way to the next area, there will be a terminal you can access if you want some free achievement points. Just keep following the path and you'll see it eventually. When you reach this area, all you really have to do is drive around and let your gunner do the work. When all the enemies are dead, you're supposed to go up the stairs and activate the light bridge, but for me personally, I think that's a little too mainstream, so I decided to use some cheesy strats. Take your warthog over to this area of the room where the light bridge switch is located up top. If you decide to use the stairs on the other side, you will be faced with some elites, which is why you do this instead. Now that you've driven your way through some non-natural cave systems, you'll emerge outside where the sun is bright and you must once again watch out for those shallow puddles you can drown in. In this area you must save, I put in quotations, the 3 groups of marines that are in need of rescue. To find the first group, you can drive up the hill and stick to the right side where you'll enter through a passageway. If you ever need the checkpoint, go through any of these passageways and it will award you a safe spot. Now all you need to do for this first group is drive around like you have been and let your gunner do the dirty work. At some point when there are no enemies left, you will have to jump out and run up the hill to the marines to trigger more enemies to come. Get back on your warthog and let the fun begin. On a side note, these are probably the only marines you will save during this mission. Later on there may be some casualties of war, we'll call it. Also, if you're low on shields and there's a few grunts around, make sure to hop out and get your shields back real quick before you continue on. After you've defeated the countless dropshipped enemies, there are 2 places left to go. Leave back out the way you came in and follow the river downstream until you see a pathway to the right side. In this area you will not have to fight all the enemies and you can easily avoid this entire battle. First off, there will be 2 jackals at the entrance of the area you enter. You can take them out with your pistol or run them over like the motherfucking boss you are. The pod down there will have some health and ammo to pick up and then you can get back in your warthog. You will then drive up the hill to where the soldiers are and some casualties of war may ensue. In this video I didn't do that at the first, but in these first two areas the Marines can die and Cortana will say there are no survivors. That's your cue that you can then leave the area. Be careful however, the Marines will shoot back if you're not quick about it. One thing I noticed is that if for some reason you messed up or you need to get the elites to the top of the hill for some reason, you can pick up the sniper up there and then hug the left side wall to get back to the start. This seems to aggro the elites to the top side. The only reason I was doing this is because I had a Marine at the bottom and I needed to get back down there safely without the elites destroying me. All you really need to do for this part is kill the Marines and then get out. Unfortunately for this Marine, his stationary Warthog hit a landmine and he blew up. He sacrificed his life for the greater good, and that's something I can respect. Now all you need to do is jump back in your hog and continue on to the last part of the mission. I would say possibly the hardest part as well. Drive back out the way you came in and then take a right to reach the final part of the mission. Again, don't forget to use those free checkpoints in the passageways to your advantage. The first thing I suggest doing is sniping as many elites as you can while on top of this hill. You can one-shot the blue elites if you aim it at the head right, and you can two-shot the red ones if you got good accuracy. But more often than not, they will run away and hide after one shot. After you snipe a few enemies, some will run back and hide, which will allow you to go through the door that has the glowing yellow light above it. There may or may not be an elite in here. You either run away or stay and fight. Either way, just continue on to the bottom where the Marines are waiting. Now in this area, you have to eliminate at least all of the elites before the Pelican will come to pick you up, so don't bother killing the Marines as they can be useful as a distraction. First just kill all the enemies that are down here, and then we will head back to the surface and continue to snipe some more. Up here on the other side, there will be some health and ammo if you need some. After you pick some up, we will head back to the hill where we started. The elite that ran away from before will most likely be out here if you didn't manage to kill him. You can take him out now and then run up the hill where we left the Warthog. Now if you go back out and take a right and hug the side, you will come across a pod that has health and sniper ammo. This sniper ammo is what you can come back for and then return to your spot and continue sniping. If you continue to drive alongside the wall, you will come to another hill where you can checkpoint at, and this is the opposite side where you were before. You can come over here and get an angle on more elites to snipe so you have an easier time if you need to get up close to take out a few stragglers. Don't forget that if you run out of ammo, you can drive back to that pod and get some more. If you kill a few elites, you can always run back to a passageway and checkpoint and then kill a few more. That way if you die, you don't have to restart all over again. I suggest using these rocks on the left side as cover and also as a way to get up higher so you can get a good view to snipe some enemies. After you've killed as many as you can with a sniper from both hills, there should be hardly any left or possibly none to get rid of. Once you've killed the enemies in the area, the Pelican will then come down in order to pick you up, and that is the second mission of Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary on LASO in a nutshell. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and make sure to leave a comment if you know of any better ways to get this mission done easier than what I showed. I'm sure there is always a better way to do something, so please let others know so when they do the mission they can get through it quicker. I'll see you next time for the third mission in Halo CEA on the Master Chief Collection. Now if you go back out and take a right and hug the side, you will come across a pod that has health and a sniper ammo. And a sniper ammo? Really, Evan? A sniper ammo, one sniper ammo. How useful is that? That's half a shot because you used 2 bullets. Jesus Christ.